Alright, so finally I'm getting around to the DC Comics Designers Series, Greg Capullo, Thrasher suit, Batman. Warning, choking hazard. I don't think you're going to choke on that. I just kind of saying. Pretty cool packaging. It's your standard, pretty standard DC Comics collectibles window box there with the angled corner. That's been pretty popular. Has a really cool bat symbol on the top. Shows other figures in this series here. Shows the Catwoman, which, yeah, she's okay. I like the sculpt. Just the face has got no expression on it. Really dig the creepy grinning Red Hood. And yeah, the Mr. Freeze looks okay, but I'm happy with my DC Universe Classics one that I have. I got a couple. I think I got the DC Superheroes one as well. And that's cool. It's a skinnier one. More of a modern take, I guess. And then, of course, the Thrasher suit here, which I remember seeing the artwork and stuff in the comics when it made its appearance. But when I saw it, the first thing I thought of was its, well, it's not really its appearance, but a similar kind of bat suit that was used way back in Dark Knight Returns. You know, he's got the big clunky suit and all that on there. Shows me without the helmet and everything. Don't get a whole lot of good shots, but that's what I thought about. Was this right here? Was the super armored Superman fighting batsuit, which I have in my handy dandy complete Frank Miller Batman that contains the Dark Knight Returns, Wanted, Santa Claus, Dead or Alive, and Batman Year One, all in one nice leather-bound book. Which I wish they made more of these. I haven't really looked around to see if they do, but this is the one that I've seen like this, so probably cost me like $20 back in the day. Anyway, I digress. So yeah, first thing I thought of was the Dark Knight Returns when I saw this guy. Got a good price on it. These guys are running about $30 on Amazon, which is not bad at all for the big chunky figure you get. So get him out of his box, check out his articulation, and see what I think about it as an actual figure. He looks great in the box, though. I hate to take it out, but it's a figure. Alright, we got this guy out of the box, and he is awesome. I played with him for a few minutes. He has way much more articulation than I expected. Now, I've had several of the old school DC collectibles, DC Direct figures, and they were like brittle. Their articulation wasn't the greatest. They had some good sculpts, great sculpts and paint, but the articulation and them as an action figure really kind of sucked. There was like a good display piece, but didn't really have the action part of the action figure down. And that's why I went ahead and I collected all the DC Universe Classics. That and the fact they had all the superpowers, stuff that I wanted at a relatively good price point. Anyway, the Capullo Thrasher suit Batman here is awesome. I mean, look at this. He has like almost a bat thing on the back and a couple of different parts there, the bat logo, and it just says bat all the way around it. I mean, oh my gosh, from the yellow utility belt to the big black chest emblem that really throws me back to Dark Knight Returns. Is great. Now, the only thing I don't like about it is that just does not look like a Bruce Wayne to me. That looks like maybe an animated version of what was her name from Superman 2? It was Zod, Nod, and yeah, the girl's name totally escapes me, but it almost looks like an animated version of her. It might work as a Superboy, so I might pop this head off and put it on my DC Signature Series if it fits. Superboy, but yeah, not a fan of the Bruce Wayne head there. The helmet is pretty much just it's got some good hammered in cast iron kind of details to it. You know, you got some parting lines and everything. You got the metallic red visor and all that, and the grill, and then it's just hollow on the inside. Nothing special about it. It has a couple of grooves here, goes around the side and kind of flattens out on the back, and there's like a little ridge here on the back half, and it just kind of fits around that, and that keeps it on pretty snugly. I mean, you can't be slinging it around, but it's not going to just fall off on its own. And you can kind of get it to the side too a little bit, and it'll kind of stay, not quite to the degree that it did. Well, maybe it will. Yeah, just can't go too far to the side with it. So yeah, so you got that. So let's take that off. You have like the ball jointed head, like I said. You do have like a ball hinge type shoulder, so you get a good 360 around at the shoulder, and you do get the up and down hinge. But you know, him being just a big gigantic figure, it's not going to be like your full range that you get out of a DC Universe Classics or Marvel Legends. Now you do have a bicep swivel, and you do have an elbow that just gives you a little bit of movement. You get from there to there, and that's really about it. You do have a wrist swivel. It's like it's on a, not really a ball joint, but you get like some in and out, and then each of the fingers has individually articulated knuckles. I mean, this guy's hand is insane. Totally awesome. Then you also get like a really nice, let me get my fingers fixed here. I like it having the closed fist kind of look. Alright, you do have like a really nice, generous ball jointed diaphragm joint. It gives you like all the big movements you'd get out of a Marvel Legends, like a big Marvel Legends figure. But then you also get the cut joint at the waist. It'll give you a full 360 if you want to swing it around. Then also you have like the same, well, like a swivel hip joint, and this is a really good hip joint. I mean, it's hidden well, it articulates well. It's not something funky like the big Marvel ball that I complain about every time that they use on their Marvel Infinite Series, Marvel Universe, Marvel Legends, whatever you want to call them. They all have the same crappy hip joint, and there you go with that. It does have a above the knee swivel. Hopefully you guys are seeing all this. Let's try this with some more light. So you get like a swivel here, just above the knee. You can see the knee joint right there. So you get a swivel there. You get a swivel at the boot, and then you also get like kind of like a double jointed knee, which you have to have just to get like a 90 degree out of this guy. It's so fat and so angular in some areas. And it does go forward quite a bit too, if you need it. So you get some really good articulation out of the legs. And then like the foot is on a, it's kind of it's on a ball joint, but it's got some hindrances in it. It doesn't go back all that far, but it does go forward quite a bit. So it's not too bad. You get some really good poses out of this guy. Just got to be a little cautious there with how you pose him. But not bad. Nice stance there. Now he's supposed to be pretty big. He's supposed to be, I don't know how tall he's supposed to be. It's kind of funky just the way you're trying to figure out how the whole human form would fit into the torso of this. But it's possible. You have to have your knees up to your chest probably, but you know, it's comic books, so whatever. But yeah, I'm like that. Like I said, the first thing I thought of was the armored suit that he used to fight Superman in The Dark Knight Returns. And so then, of course, whenever if I can get this guy to stand up, he's a little fiddly sometimes. He is a big figure. So I got my DC Universe Classics Superman out here just to show you what he's like to scale. And all that. So kind of neat. Some other Bat figures. Here's the New 52 Batman, pretty much standing straight up. Let's get this guy standing straight up there. And that's pretty much his back's against his fist for the most part. And then here's the Mezco Dark Knight Returns Batman. So yeah, for 30 bucks, it's a good figure. Maybe kind of pricey. I mean, you're talking about you're paying like $20, $23 for these now. So 30 bucks for a giant deluxe figure. It's not too bad. I mean, it scales, right? I'm going to give this 2 thumbs up. I'm going to give this guy a 10. He is totally a 10. Maybe a little generous, but you know, it looks good. Pretty congruent with the comic book design. A lot of good articulation, a lot of good paint. Just a big, chunky, awesome figure. May have to throw out my Doomsday and Juggernaut and maybe my Abomination just to show what these guys look like all together. But yeah, he's a really good, chunky figure. Good job, DC Collectables with this. Yeah, that's all I gotta say about that. Yeah, a lot of good A lot of good detailing going on here, this guy. Like I said, the one complaint I have is the funky head in there, but it works. Yeah, so keep on playing with your toys, because I do. Comment down here and like and subscribe and all that stuff. And yet again, thanks for watching.